Hello. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. This will be a new series, new channel, all about day trading and incorporating level 2 into your trades, allowing yourself to have more pristine or precise exits, quicker entries, more precise entries, yada yada. Just being a better trader. All right, stay tuned. Okay, hello. This is a half and whole dollar setup. We are just now approaching the half dollar. This is a fresh short squeeze. This is what this setup is. It looks overextended on the 5-minute chart, but we're breaking the high over these two topping tails, and it looks to be a short squeeze. So we're looking for that short squeeze to continue by watching to see if it holds over the half dollar for a move up to $18. And then potentially, if it holds above 18, can we get another move higher? So let's see, the level 2 is what we're focusing on. We're at 48 on the AS, 50, 55. We pop up to 60, start paying attention to where it ends. Here's 66, 60. So it touched 66 there, but is pulling back to 60 as these sellers start appearing. So this is the official high of the move over the half dollar. This is important. 66 is the next breakout point, but the breakout point is only applies if it holds above the half dollar or if it does another setup that hopefully you see in a different video in the future. So, but in this situation, we want it to hold above the half dollar for 66 to be a breakout point, and that it needs to hold above the half dollar on the bid. There are situations where we might get a half dollar hold that doesn't hold above 50 cents on the bid, but 66 isn't the trigger point. So in this specific setup, it holds above the half dollar and 66 is the trigger point. So this is a variation of how to take this trade after it breaks 50 cents. There are so many different ways. So this is just one of the many variations, um, synonyms. So here you go. Let me play this back. We approach the half dollar. Break 55, 60, 66, pulling back. There's red on the tape, 66. Now we got pulling back to 60, and we got 55 on the bid. We expect 55 to kind of break. We only got, 1,000 shares here, but this ends up being an invisible buyer, and we can tell because it does this, and we get buyers. I want to say this cleanly, so here we go. 55, 60, 66, 60. We're officially pulling back. It's not going higher than 66. So now we want to see if it tests the half dollar. It doesn't test. It immediately pops up. Immediately. Instead of coming down to 50 like we expected it to, it popped up with bids, popped in green on the tape. I'm clicking buy. So I click buy there at 1770, watch it 73.85. Within a second and a half, I'm up 15 cents on this trade. The real target is above 18, but in this bearish market, the sentiment that I feel is I should be taking profit on the way to these levels. I still could have held a little bit longer, but it was really overextended. I didn't know how far this move was going to go. I wanted to lock up profit. This is called actively trading it. So I took the profit immediately, and it's going to continue here for a little bit and snap up to 90, and then we're going to start
Yeah, we'll see
seeing,
if 1750 holds.
need to mute it, starts pulling back to 90 here. Here's the official pullback. So I'm going to play it. You guys got to start to recognize where it starts to pull back. So we're still not deciding if it's pulling back. Bids were increasing that entire time. Up to 90 on the bid, 99 on the ask. It was still increasing that entire time. Now we're starting to see red on the tape, and bids are barely moving up, and ask is staying the same. This is officially the pullback. So watch how it handles this pullback. What we want to see, and to get an entry, is for it to hold the bids pretty high, and the ask come down, and you see green on the tape, and you hit buy, and just ride the wave. But watch what happens here. We pull back to 90, and it just, there you saw tons of red, but 90 didn't fail. Now we see a huge stack of green on the tape, click buy at 99. So it popped up to 18, tried to pull back, hit an invisible buyer at 90, green on the tape at 99, click buy. So you should be clicking buy, and it would break through 1806. And like I said before, if it broke through 18, the first snap at 1806, you look to take profit over the top of that. So anywhere over 1807, 1810 would have been fine. But notice how in the half dollar setup that we had earlier, when it pulled back to 55, there was an invisible buyer and it took off. In this situation, notice how it already broke 18, but the bid's under $18. This is a sign of a red flag. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I ended up taking a trade. There's a variation of taking the whole dollar setup. That's what I was trying to do, but I did it poorly. I did not recognize, I didn't do it correctly. So what you see is it broke above 18, and now we're pulling back to 1790, but 90 is not even holding. We're breaking to 80. 80s 4 wasn't holding. It broke down to 81. It looks really weak. We're not reclaiming that 90 level that it was trying to hold, so not 90 doesn't look like a strong support. 80 looks okay. Here's an invisible buyer potentially there. And then let's see, can we break back above 18? No, so it's a sign of weakness. Invisible sellers potentially. So I should be waiting for a reversal, looking for a dip buy. But instead, I click buy as it tries to hold. It pulls back here. I'm thinking invisible buyer potentially here or something. I think it pulls back to 1780, the low 80s, and I go to take the trade for that retest to 18. But as soon as I click buy, uh, that seller popped up. So that trade didn't work out. I ended up selling at 80 cents for an 8-cent loss. But that was a different variation of the whole dollar setup, looking to reclaim the whole dollar, and that is a different type of trade. So that will be the end of this video, but we should have expected this failure here, as we just did not claim the whole dollar at all, and it looked really weak on the bid side, even underneath the whole dollar.